It's a lovely good evening today, the 11th of June 2023. To present Camnet Television main news, my name is Jeffrey Ziambo.
On Monday, 12th June 2023, on National Matters, join Pastor Moses Chilwa with his guest, former Minister of Environment, Honorable William Harrington.
I'm a bit disappointed with our current government in that they have not put environment at the center stage of our developmental issues. And there seems to be a lot of political interference in putting politics above interests of current and future generations insofar as protecting our environment is concerned.
As they discuss Zambia's environment.
Invite others to participate through phoning on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. RENGLOW, your smart irrigation partner.
For immediate coverage of any breaking or latest news in Zambia and around the world on Camnet Television, call the numbers on your screen. Camnet Television, bringing to your screens fair news, impartial news, credible and reliable news all the time. Get the whole truth on Camnet World News. Camnet Television, not just another channel.
On Monday, 12th June 2023, on National Matters, join Pastor Moses Chilwa with his guest, former Minister of Environment, Honorable William Harrington.
I'm a bit disappointed with our current government in that they have not put environment at the center stage of our developmental issues. And there seems to be a lot of political interference in putting politics above interests of current and future generations insofar as protecting our environment is concerned.
As they discuss Zambia's environment.
Invite others to participate through phoning on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Another news in detail. Residents of Amaichola area in Lusaka have complained of erratic water supply in the area, which they say forces them to source for the commodity in other far parts of the community. Speaking to Camnet News, one of the residents, Deborah Kalunga, says they are sometimes forced to line up for 4 hours on a queue waiting for water at a borehole. They have called for the problem to be considered an emergency. More in this report.
Water is a basic human need and should be easily accessible to all citizens, as it lies at the center of good hygiene, good health, and well-being. It is for this reason that Zambia aspires to make the commodity easily accessible by the year 2030. Some places in Zambia, even in the country's capital city Lusaka, presents a dire need for water, as residents of Kabanana compound in Maichola's area say they are sometimes left with no option but to wait for long hours on queues to fetch water, as the supply in the area is erratic.
Uku area ukundi kuli manzi ya water trust kuno kuli be manzi, so ikafika munga end ya August tinga hapa maboka boho ni abiri maybe uzanga 3 hours 4 hours utiwe ibwe ifike drum ya kututepe manzi ewa malaiti futi yakaenda manzi tinga tilibi tendo tapa ukabanana uja crossing kutala kujenga tumaonako ndio tendo tapa manzi kayo no area shikube malaiti ero sunga nkalo be manzi ufuno zaenda so manje road ikepo ina mabampu timisane na mamotoka tupishiko kwa madramu so manga confusion kuma ngaka kuyambana kama mamotoka ja tuma taxi bakashimtengo baje ni business balonga watendo kama Maichola naona drum kafa obomu manzi so manga confusion
kuna manzi yavuta kaidi vantu vachoka ma distance yatari baboro tapa manzi or almost 10 minutes so chabe mwaona manyumba mbili kuri be manzi kwati mongani kuno kwa minute nkalira kuri chabe maboya.
They state that this has however been affecting their productivity, as they cannot engage in businesses during the day, adding that even many girl children miss on school as they are expected to fetch water. The Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation, during a recent meeting, however, called on partners to come on board to help in funding the water sector.
We did have a challenge, I think, previously with regards to the support to the sector. And similarly, we are also working with other cooperative partners who also come on board with support that has helped us to expand even our areas of support. Therefore, going forward, we are very positive that a lot more resources are going to be allocated to the sector.
It is the hope of all citizens that water challenges will soon become a thing of the past, as the country moves to becoming a prosperous middle-income country by the year 2030. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Residents of NGWERERE compound in Lusaka have complained over lack of medicine at NGWERERE clinic, and that this has continued to disadvantage those who cannot afford to buy medicine. Speaking to Camnet News, one of the residents, Penelope Monga, has called on the current administration to urgently address the situation. Ms. Monga says the current administration promised to correct the lack of medicine in health facilities, which was rampant in the Patriotic Front administration. Meanwhile, government, through director spokesperson at the Ministry of Information and Media, Tabo Kabwana, has however indicated that government is working round the clock to correct the situation that is prevailing at many health facilities. More in this report.
Concerns of some hospitals and health facilities lacking medicine have continued coming from various communities, a situation which citizens say they want a permanent solution to. Various citizens have been indicating that the problem, which can be traced from previous administrations, has prevailed at many health facilities, which has seen them going away with prescriptions most of the time. Residents of NGWERERE compound in Lusaka state that this is what has been prevailing at NGWERERE clinic.
waenda wandomira pachipana tezopachitipana tewapana mbili wakulemberana munkwara utondoka gura zapesa munkwara nodula kuja umuntu no body yoka alibena tandizo yose azaenda bwanyo kagure munkwara alibendrama zokwanisa kuti agure munkwara muntu zaita bwanji se government tirekerera munga pankanya munkwala tikaenda zatirembera munkwala tikaenda kuli vantu tenzeko ndigule munkwala swanga tanizo nawo chisa munkwala
olo tadwala tivutika chame olo muntu adwala azivutikira mwene wake manje tizachitabwa uliba kwa mneza dandaulira even we government amene tikamota atipase manga tizacho sakuti.
Others have also called for other problems like the lack of proper roads to be addressed.
Awe pamene tikaenda ku clinic sitima pesa mungwala chabe ni mapepe kulibe mungwala good so tipezeka kuti tikaenda tikaguleni tifera mnyumba ambiri kuno kungwerere sibati kilako nzeru na malodi futi kulibe manzi matenda ni yakulu futi kuchipata kulibe transport motoka chani vose kulibe.
Government is however on record indicating that they are alive to the challenges being faced by citizens in the health sector and that they will ensure that these become a thing of the past. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Zambia National Men's Network for Gender and Development has called for the regulation of traditional healers, as some of them have been involved in sexual atrocities. Organization National Coordinator Nelson Banda says some Congolese traditional healers have been involved in sexual scandals in Insama and Lundazi districts where women are victims of sexual violence. Mr. Banda says in Insama district, a Congolese traditional healer raped a 21-year-old woman on the pretext that it was a way of helping her to conceive, while in Lundazi district, another Congolese traditional healer raped a 34-year-old woman when her relatives took her to the traditional healer to be cured of epilepsy. He says the central business district in Lusaka's Cairo Road and some residential areas in many districts of the country are littered with posters where traditional healers, mostly from East African countries, are encouraging men to take sexual boosters to enlarge their manhood. The organization has since called on council authorities countrywide to prosecute traditional healers who are pasting posters with messages encouraging men to take sexual boosters to increase their libido.
Incidences in Insama district and Lundazi district where traditional healers of Congolese origin raped a 21-year-old woman in Insama district and a 34-year-old woman in Lundazi district. And the two incidents points to the fact that the traditional healers are not regulated. And what is also disturbing is that most of these traditional healers are coming from East African countries, and they have pasted the posters in the Lusaka CBD in Lusaka and most of the major towns, including residential areas, where they are asking men to go for sexual boosters. And we feel that this is not right, and the government must come in to begin to regulate, or at least check on what the traditional healers are doing, because the medicine which they are giving out is not tested for ethical standards. And we feel that this is a recipe for GBV, like in the two incidents that we have witnessed in Insama and Lundazi district. So the government must come in to regulate the traditional healers.
The Council of Churches in Zambia, CCZ, has urged the United Party for National Development, UPND, to reflect on how the law is being applied under its administration. In an exclusive interview with Camnet News, CCZ Executive Director Father Emmanuel Chikoya says the continued arrest of opposition political party members is giving an impression that the UPND administration is using the law and the Zambia police to fight their political opponents. Father Chikoya says there must be a balance in the arrests, unlike the current situation where political arrests seem to be leaning towards members of the opposition. Meanwhile, the United Party for National Development, UPND, through its Deputy Secretary General Gertrude Imenda, says the law is being duly applied, adding that even members of the UPND found on the wrong side of the law are being arrested. More in this report.
On the political scene, such as members of the former ruling Patriotic Front Party, have been lamenting alleged persecution under the United Party for National Development UPND administration, charging that they're being arrested on a daily basis. This follows various arrests of PF members following the party's loss in 2021. The UPND administration has, however, been stating that these arrests are justified as the PF regime was corrupt, while indicating that the Zambia police and other investigative wings are conducting their operations independently with no political hand influencing them. The Council of Churches in Zambia, CCZ, through its General Secretary, Father Emmanuel Chikoya, has commented on the happenings in the country.
And so that becomes a problem. When same things are done, one is arrested, another is not arrested, then it sends a message that the police are being used to harass and harangue those that are perceived to be opponents. So we hear their cry, but I want to assure them that we've spoken. And I think by now, for some of us, we are being vindicated. We were torn apart in the past, but in the recent past, we've been branded now as being a political party A or B, because people feel we should be singing the song according to the assignment they've given to us. But no, we will be able to speak to the moral conscience of the country and truth to power. And we assure them that we will not be silent when the security wings, when law is being used to the disadvantage of a particular stakeholder.
Meanwhile, the UPND, through its Deputy Secretary General Gertrude Menda, said there is equal application of the law under the current administration.
In fact, there's also an accusation from our members that they are the ones who are being arrested more than the others. And they say they are being laughed at because they say, look at you, you were suffering and so on and so on. But they are the ones who are being arrested. They are the ones who are mostly in police custody and things like that. The example is, you remember the Switchlight saga? District commissioners. Who appoints the district commissioners? It's the president. So, and they were fired. So, are you going to say those are members of the opposition or what? They were appointed by the president, but he fired them. And they were arrested, and I think the case is in court.
For now, many stakeholders continue to monitor what is happening on the political scene as the country moves towards becoming an ideal democracy. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
United Party for National Development Youth Chairperson Gilbert Liswaniso has called on all the party youths in the country to ensure that they monitor the implementation of the Constituency Development Fund's CDF projects in their localities. Mr. Liswaniso, who addressed the media in Lusaka Sunday, has acknowledged that CDF resources do not belong to the UPND, but says the party has the responsibility to ensure that all the people's resources are being put to good use. The youth chairperson says the directive to monitor the implementation of the projects by party officials comes from President Hakainde Hichilema, but says those should be done without harassing anyone. Mr. Liswaniso has also appealed to the Zambia police to expedite the investigation of the gassing incident that led to the death of innocent Zambians. More in this report.
Focus on mobilizing his party other than politicking with the CDF. CDF is government money. It's not coming from the Secretariat of UPND.
The United Party for National Development Youth Chairperson Gilbert Liswaniso has encouraged party youths across the country not to relent in monitoring the implementation of the Constituency Development Fund CDF across the country. Mr. Liswaniso, who spoke when he addressed the media in Lusaka Sunday morning, says Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema is the one who directed the party officials to ensure that they monitor how the people's resources are being spent across the country and says they should not feel intimidated to monitor the projects.
So, my deputy chairman here, as we are availing the committee of the national wing, the first responsibility that we need to monitor the CDF across the country. That's why we called all the 10 provincial youth chairmen with their executive that this matter should be taken now serious, that we need to monitor all the projects at a constituency level, so the people of Zambia are able to benefit. I agree that it's not our money as UPND, it's the money of the citizens who pay taxes.
Mr. Liswaniso has also reminded those claiming that UPND members have no rights to monitor government projects that the UPND is now in office and any activities being undertaken in the country have a full involvement of the party.
If there is no medicine, let us know that we go in a good manner. We approach those who are in charge at that clinic. We need to approach who is the head teacher at that school. We are in charge, Vane. UPND, we are in charge of this government. President Kahinda has never told the UPND members, no, stay away. No, we need to be in charge. The only thing which has told us, all of us, is to touch the coffers of the government to bring to the party UPND. But in terms of monitoring and participating in the governance of this country, we need to participate as a party. If we stay away, these opposition leaders, they'll take advantage of that and they'll continue lying the people of Zambia.
The party youth chairperson has also appealed to the Zambia police to expedite investigations into the gassing incident that claimed the lives of many poor Zambian citizens and says all those who were behind the barbaric attacks should face the full wrath of the law to ensure that criminals do not take advantage of the Zambian people ever again.
Any politician who is going to dance to a tune of compromising to do with gassing, then it's normal in his head. Because that was not politics. That was terrorism on its own when you are killing your own people. You can imagine how people are being brutalized in our compounds. So we are appealing to the IG and the police that do your job to ensure that all the culprits are brought to book. That's what we want to see. And this is what we're expecting all of us as a citizen. Because this country now, by then, it was almost now turned into where killing was normal.
The youth wing then proceeded in a closed-door meeting to elect new provincial youth leadership that will see the party grow. Prudence Chota reporting for Camnet TV News.
Mporokoso Member of Parliament Brian Mundubile has appealed to the Minister of Finance and National Planning, Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane, to give a progress report on how far the mining sector has gone in ramping up production in exchange for the concessions Zambia gave to investors. Mr. Mundubile says in the 2022 national budget, Dr. Msokotwane gave out about 3 billion kwacha in mining concessions to the mining sector with a view to ramp up production to 3 million tons in the next 10 years. The lawmaker says this meant that year by year there will be an increase in the production of copper, which will result in an increase in the supply of foreign exchange on the market. He says he is surprised that there seems to be no change in copper production figures in the second year of the UPND administration in office, which has caused serious stress on the forex market.
Our concern is that in the 2022 budget, the Minister of Finance gave out up to 3 billion kwacha concessions in the mining sector, to the mining companies, with a view that in the next 10 years, they'll ramp up production up to 3 million tons. This meant that year by year, there was going to be an increase in the production of copper. And with the increase in the production of copper, we're going to have an increase in the supply of forex on the market. We are surprised that up to now, the second year, there seems to be no difference in the production numbers in the mining sector.
The opposition New Heritage Party says the ruling by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Nelly Muti, directing the Minister of Finance and National Planning, Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane, to give an audit trail of the 65 million kwacha forfeited by Faith Musonda will help put the matter to rest once and for all. In a phone interview, Party President Chishala Kateka says the case would not have attracted much attention had the relevant authorities provided evidence, unlike overreacting to the leaked management letter from the Office of the Auditor General. She says all stakeholders are now waiting for the presentation from the Finance Minister on Tuesday, the 13th of June 2023, so that the matter can be put to rest.
Madam Speaker, thank you for helping settle the 65 million kwacha matter once and for all. We at the New Heritage Party joined a number of citizens that have raised concern over the whereabouts of the 65 million kwacha forfeited by Faith Musonda. The issue of whether the money had or had not been deposited on Control 99 and whether the stolen money had been stolen or not was a topic of many social media platform debates, which debates were, of course, inconclusive since there has been no evidence. The case of the 65 million kwacha would not have attracted much attention of the public, except that the powers that be went into panic mode and overreacted to the leaked management letter from the Office of the Auditor General. This, of course, raised alarm bells. The conjecture or the guesswork as to whether the money has gone missing or not has now come to an end, as the Speaker of the National Assembly has come to all our aid and has passed a ruling that the Minister of Finance brings a ministerial statement with supporting documents to Parliament on Tuesday. So let us now wait for Tuesday. Let all eyes be on Parliament on that date as we put this matter to rest. Madam Speaker, we thank you.
This is Camnet Television Main News. Join us after the break as we bring you more news. Stay tuned.
Deborah, have you connected to the Wi-Fi on the bus? It's fast, it's amazing. I've just downloaded my books and I'm about to complete the series. It's nice, too.
No, I'm actually watching a reality show. He's about to propose. Oh, so sweet.
Make your trip seem short yet comfortable and safe when you use the UBZ luxurious fully air-conditioned coaches that come fitted with amazing onboard entertainment, passenger information services, coffee-making facilities and fridge for your hot and cold beverages, free and interrupted Wi-Fi for your gadgets, phone charging facilities, comfortable seats that recline to offer extra resting posture, safety seat belts, adjustable reading lights for each traveling client, and of course, clean flushing toilets for your convenience. So travel in luxury and safety with UBZ luxurious coaches. UBZ will always take you there. From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962-642-490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
On Monday, 12th June 2023, on National Matters, join Pastor Moses Chilwa with his guest, former Minister of Environment, Honorable William Harrington.
I'm a bit disappointed with our current government in that they have not put environment at the center stage of our developmental issues. And there seems to be a lot of political interference in putting politics above interests of current and future generations insofar as protecting our environment is concerned.
As they discuss Zambia's environment.
Invite others to participate through phoning on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Welcome back. We'll continue with the news. Governance and Development Advocates Zambia has called on Zambian citizens to have respect for the constitution of the land that allows freedom in many categories. Organization Executive Director Elias Mulenga says his organization has noted that some desperate sections of opposition political parties have resorted to abuse the freedoms of speech, expression and association, thereby creating an artificial impression that Zambia does not respect the rule of law. Mr. Mulenga says democracy is not in discipline and it observes orderliness and respect for the authorities and each other. He has since called on Zambians to arise and defend the cause of democracy the country fought for and sacrifice life and limb to secure the freedoms the country is currently enjoying.
To notice that some desperate sections of society, more especially from the opposition parties, have resorted to peddling lies about our democracy, the constitution, and the rule of law. We fought for this democracy that we are enjoying. We fought for these freedoms that we are enjoying, but we have turned out to start abusing the rights, the freedoms, speech, associations, and other freedoms. We are tarnishing the image of our own country, and some sections of media statements that are peddling lies on social media. I'm calling upon Zambians to desist from such. We are risking our peace. We are risking our country. We are risking the lives of our people. Let us stick to the truth. Let us remain united as a Zambia that is united. Let's not engage in falsehoods that will end up tarnishing the image of our nation. And let's also have respect for the presidency, for the constitution, and for the people that are in governance, the people that are taking lead of this nation, unlike resorting to fighting them where there is no cause.
Kanchibia constituency member of parliament Sunday Chanda has thanked the office of the vice president for delivering 2 banana boats through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit DMMU at Chinkobo Harbour to service Chambishi River and Lake Chaya waters. Mr. Chanda says the Chinkobo Harbour is currently being serviced by 1 banana boat against a population of over 14,000 residents in Mbati ward. Mr. Chanda says the residents of Mbati depend on water transport for trade with surrounding areas like Chilubi and Lunga districts. He says pupils also depend on water transport to access the nearest secondary school in Chilubi district. The lawmaker says this has led to overloading and the usage of dugout canoes, resulting in increased cases of people drowning. Mr. Chanda has also appealed to government to consider an engine boat alongside the 2 banana boats delivered Sunday afternoon.
On behalf of the good people of Kanchibia constituency and Mbati ward in particular, I wish to thank the DMMU headquarters, DMMU at a provincial level, for delivering 2 banana boats this afternoon at Chinkobo Harbour to service the Chambeshi River and Lake Chaya waters. We know very well that currently only 1 banana boat is servicing a total population of over 14,000 residents of Mbati ward who depend on water transport for trade with surrounding areas like Chilubi and Lunga districts. 2 months ago, the people of Mbati ward, through the area councillor, Mr. Charles Mbuyo, made an earnest appeal during one of my tours to the area. The appeal for 2 banana boats was also supported by the committee responsible for water transport or for boats in Mbati ward. This request was taken up with the DMMU at national level, and we are grateful that they've responded quickly and proactively. We requested for a total number of 10 banana boats, and so far 8 banana boats have been delivered, and we're only remaining with 2 banana boats which will go to Munbubu ward as well as Chinama ward.
Police in Masaiti district of Central Province have arrested a 36-year-old man for sodomizing his 6-year-old stepdaughter. Anderson Kayola of Kapelembe area in Kayola village of Chief Malembeka's chiefdom in Mpongo district is alleged to have sodomized his 6-year-old stepdaughter against the order of nature. Copperbelt Province Police Commanding Officer Piswa Mwemba has disclosed the sad incident to the media. Mr. Mwemba explained that the suspect had a marital dispute with his wife Rebecca Chiwili, 40, which led to her eventually leaving home and left her daughter with the husband. He says it was at that point that Kayola took advantage of the girl and sodomized her against the order of nature from their bedroom on 2 different occasions and warned the victims not to disclose the incident to anyone. The police command says the victim later sneaked from home and went to inform her aunt Evelyn Kayola, who stays within Kayola village, about the ordeal, who also then informed the Community Crime Prevention Unit CCPU, and Mr. Kayola was apprehended. The Ministry of Agriculture in Southern Province has eulogized the former Principal Agricultural Officer, the late Samuel Mukelabai, for his steadfast role in efficient extension service delivery to farmers. Southern Province Agricultural Coordinator Dr. Max Jombe says the late Mr. Mukelabai joined the Ministry of Agriculture in 1984 and retired in 2013, having served the civil service for 29 years. Dr. Jombe further described the late Mr. Mukelabai as an asset in the agricultural sector, was knowledgeable in his profession and was consulted by the ministry even after his retirement in 2013. And Dairy Association of Zambia Regional Field Facilitator Mutinta Kabeleka said the late Mr. Mukelabai was instrumental in ensuring that the Choma Daily Cooperatives accessed daily animals from Zambia Daily Agribusiness Trade Project when he served as chairperson for the cooperative. More in this report.
The Ministry of Agriculture in Southern Province has eulogized former Principal Agricultural Officer, the late Samuel Mukelabai, for his steadfast role in efficient extension service delivery to farmers. Southern Province Agriculture Coordinator Dr. Max Jombe says the late Mr. Mukelabai joined the Ministry of Agriculture in 1984 and retired in 2013, having served the civil service for 29 years. Dr. Jombe further described the late Mr. Mukelabai as an asset in the agricultural sector who was knowledgeable in his profession and was consulted even after his retirement in 2013.
We saw Mukelabai as a man who was very dedicated to his professional work, and also he was a man who was a peacemaker. Where there is conflict, you would see him smiling and resolving conflict.
And Dairy Association of Zambia Regional Field Facilitator Mutinta Kabeleka said the late Mr. Mukelabai was instrumental in ensuring that the Choma Dairy Cooperative accessed dairy animals from the Zambia Dairy Agribusiness Trade Project when he served as chairperson for the cooperative.
He was so passionate about the dairy and for the dairy farmers. That's why we see that the dairy farmers at Choma Dairy were able to receive the dairy cows from ZATIP, Zambia Dairy Agribusiness Trade Project.
Meanwhile, speaking on behalf of the family for the deceased, Josephine Nyambe said the late Mr. Mukelabai moved into consultants in the agricultural sector upon his retirement. Mrs. Nyambe said the late Mr. Mukelabai was born in 1958 in Mkola village in Kalabo district and was buried at his farm in Harmony in Choma.
Kwalombota Mukelabai was born on the 3rd of January 1958 in Mkola village of Kalabo district in the Western Province.
Reporting, Lawrence Kabutu in Choma, Southern Province.
This is Camnet Television and not just another channel. Join us for more in international sports news after the break.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards.
With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. RENGLOW, your smart irrigation partner.
On Monday, 12th June 2023, on National Matters, join Pastor Moses Chilwa with his guest, former Minister of Environment, Honorable William Harrington.
I'm a bit disappointed with our current government in that they have not put environment at the center stage of our developmental issues. And there seems to be a lot of political interference in putting politics above interests of current and future generations insofar as protecting our environment is concerned.
As they discuss Zambia's environment.
Invite others to participate through phoning on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Welcome back. And now in international news, Ukraine has reported heavy fighting in the eastern region of Donetsk as forces made gains near the devastated city of Bakhmut, which was captured by Russia last month. But Moscow says Kiev's forces had failed to advance anywhere on the front lines. Serhiy Cherevati, spokesperson for Ukraine's East Military Command, said on Saturday that Ukrainian forces had advanced 1.2 kilometers near Bakhmut over the past 24 hours. In other international stories, 4 children found alive after 40 days in the Colombian jungle have been reunited with their relatives. The eldest sibling is 13, the youngest just 1 year old. Colombian President Gustavo Petro said they survived like children of the jungle. For more in international news, here's a roundup.
A day after being miraculously found, the 4 children are recovering in a military hospital in Bogota. President Gustavo Petro and other authorities visited them on Saturday morning to check on their conditions after surviving in the Amazon rainforest for 40 days.
In general, the children are in an acceptable state. According to the medical reports, they are out of danger. What is needed is to stabilize them.
The children aged 13 to just 1 year old were recovered by Colombian soldiers and indigenous volunteers kilometers away from where they survived a plane crash on May 1st. Their mother and the 2 pilots on the light aircraft died in the accident. Fidencio Valencia said the eldest sibling was key in protecting the younger ones through their long days in the bush.
They are very weak, but we know they are in good hands here at the hospital. Everything will be fine, and we'll keep coming back because this is a long process.
Medical authorities say they will likely remain in the hospital for the next 2 to 3 weeks as they advance in their recovery process, and that however weak, they're on the right path.
We think it's very important that they were playing. We know children, and the fact that they were already playing is fabulous. We plan to bring them books and toys, and as they get better, maybe live music, and that helps recover your spirit a lot.
The fate of the children moved the country and drew global attention. They were recovered after a massive joint operation between the military and indigenous communities who never lost hope of finding them.
The key to success was persistence. At no time did we give in to the intensity of the jungle conditions, to the long hours and days. We always kept the faith that this effort was worth it and we could achieve it.
Survival kits with farinha, an Amazonian food made of cassava flour left by the search teams and found by the children, helped them feed themselves, together with seeds and fruits they knew how to find in the forest. Altogether allowing for a miraculous happy ending to an incredible story of survival.
You have to drive fast to artillery positions around Bakhmut. Clear summer skies make it easier for Russian reconnaissance or so-called kamikaze drones to home in on Ukrainian positions and military movement. Ukrainian artillery fires close by and we are ordered to run to the bunker. Inside are soldiers with Ukraine's 80 Air Assault Brigade. They're targeting Russian positions to the south of Bakhmut to assist their infantry, which they say is advancing gradually north as they try to retake territory lost in recent weeks.
Guys from our assault unit have made some progress in some places, mostly from the south of Bakhmut. If we see targets, particularly infantry or lightly armored enemy vehicles, we hit them so our assault units can take enemy positions more easily.
Drones feed live pictures of Russian positions. Ivan waits for the order from a central command post to fire. A Soviet-built artillery piece is hidden under trees.
We're trying to ration our ammunition. We cannot use more than 6 shells on a single target. We're around about 90% successful, but if it takes more than 6 to fully destroy a target, another gun takes over.
A few minutes later, the order is given. We have to move back under cover quickly before Russian artillery replies. What Ukrainian forces are trying to do here is soften up targets in and around Bakhmut as part of the beginnings of this counter-offensive. And they say that they are progressing from the south, advancing around 1 kilometre a week. Back inside the bunker, Ivan watches the screen and says that he sees the shells hit their target.
The target was 100 meters from our positions. We tried to operate with precision. The first shell landed slightly above the target, but after correction, the second was a direct hit.
Ukrainian forces are probing for weak points in Russian defences in various locations along the near 1,000-kilometre front line as the long, expected counter-offensive begins.
It's now time for sports news. Betway Zambia Chief Operations Officer Travis Mulenga says the coming of online sports betting platforms has helped many youths who are struggling with employment to find a source of income. In an interview with the media, Mr. Mulenga also says online betting platforms have helped to bring life to sport by making it more entertaining. Meanwhile, former Chipolo Polo captain Christopher Katongo says sports in Zambia is slowly evolving and needs the support of the entire nation to help Zambia go global. The duo was speaking at the end of the UEFA Champions League game between Manchester City and Inter Milan Saturday evening.
Interact with the Betway brand. As you know, we already sponsor Green Buffalo Football Club and Incana Football Club. Those are our franchises. But in the near future, we want to be more involved in Zambian football, and so look out for that when we actually make those announcements.
Here as the brand ambassador for Betway Zambia, we are working well to add more on the Betway. It's a betting company for sure, you know, which is no under age, is 18 and above. And we have given some prizes also, like my chief executive mentioned. It's excited moment. We have given, I think, 4 or 5 prizes of 250, 500 and 1,000 to our customers.
And still in sports, the Zambia women's national team has beaten Tanzania women's national team by 1-0 in a friendly match played at Woodlands Stadium in Lusaka Saturday. The Chipolo Polo was using Sunday's send-off friendly against Twiga Stars to prepare for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup to be co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand from the 12th of July to the 20th of August 2023. The Copper Queens will proceed to Germany, where they will set up an international camp to prepare for friendlies against Republic of Ireland, Switzerland and Germany. And in the World Cup send-off friendly match, which kicked off at 15 hours Central African time in Lusaka, the Copper Queens dominated play in the opening 10 minutes, which saw Grace Chanda's shot saved by Tanzanian goalkeeper Macau, while Barbara Banda raced clear of the Twiga Stars defense. To end Camnet television news, the headlines once again. NGWERERE clinic in medicine shortage. Men's network calls for the arrest of traditional healers promoting sexual boosters. The UPND youth wing urge party youths to monitor CDF project implementation. In international news, 4 siblings reunited with relatives after Colombia plane crash. And in sports news, Copper Queens beats Tanzania women national team in a friendly match. Our common verse of the day is coming from the book of Psalms 46, verse 10 to 11. He says, "Be still and know that I'm God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." Thank you again for watching Camnet News. My name is Jeffrey Ziambo. Bye-bye.